Go, ladies and gentlemen, game 3 of Luvnest versus Ashablois. Luvnest with the faction pick on Crossroads. Going with Soviets, his choice. And who do we have in the top right hand corner?
We have in the top right, it is indeed Ashablois playing of course, the guys you can always count on. This time the defensive variation. Ashablois is one half of the Korean dynasty. The two guys taking the scene by storm. One's already dropped down to the lower bracket today, but Ashablois, this time against Luvnest, is not going to do the same anytime soon. He's taking them all the way to the third deciding ace game.
And there we see the first odd troop moving onto the field. Conscripts by Luvnest instantly picked guard rifle combined arms tactics.
Oh yes! I tell you what, I did see a bit of the game you just cast, that game 2 on Amelie Fields, Angry Dutchman. That was blinding. Could you give my stream a bit of a recap as to what we saw?
Well, the game went up and down quite a bit. Ashablois got a really good map control in like the 11-12 minute mark. And he got his P4 out pretty quick, but Siska and Anti-70 kept zoning away his infantry, and he was under pressure of a double cap the entire time. Ashablois was trooping VPs very fast, and he only could get back into VP control when he had the Panther and Broombear out. And at that point, Luvnest was feeling the pressure, and Luvnest felt like he had to make a huge play, and he made a huge play. But the defense from Ashablois was even better, and at that point all tanks were gone for Luvnest. He was down to one squad, and he had to throw in the towel. But he did get enough VPs down for the faction pick here.
There you go, and he's got on it, and he's gone for Wehrmacht, it would seem. But Luvnest Soviets on Crossroads, and I'll tell you something, Angry Dutchman, the amount of matches I've had to watch of Soviets grinding it out on South Crossroads is phenomenal. I mean, GCS2, that was the story of the tournament for me. One after another, Axis players fell to the mighty Southern Soviet threat. And Luvnest Soviets is the best in CoH history, so that's not... It's going to be a tough task for Ashablois, but we've seen that he's equal to it. So let's see if he can win again here.
And Luvnest going for the same opening again, opening with 3 conscripts into the second Pioneer. Last match he managed to lose one of his conscripts, so he lost a lot of early game power. Let's see if he can keep him alive now. Good MG positioning here by Ashablois, forcing away 2 squads off the field.
We have just pumped up Angry Dutchman's volume as well, so fear not. The Angry Dutchman is loud and clear. The MG42 turns to face the combat engineers. Ashablois moving in fast with Osttruppen from multiple directions. Big assault in as the flamethrower ignites, pushing away the pioneers. Conscripts coming into the central garrison. MG42's holding firm.
MG42 going to try to soft retreat, but I don't think he has the time for this. Conscript going in hot pursuit, not much to back up the MG. On negative cover as well.
Oh, he's pursuing.
He is. Yeah.
He's getting him. There's one down. There's 2 down.
Does he not see this? What are we doing here? This one.
He's having fatigue. Don't forget, by the way, Ashablois had big times out of the game in late 2019, early 2020. He is overcoming that. But then again, Luvnest has done the same. But Luvnest has that big brain reserve of mega endurance. He has so much endurance from his legacy.
Is that a tournament that he didn't play? Like, this guy's always there.
Oh, he got knocked out of Warpaint Championship early doors, and it is possible to knock him out in the tournament. It has been done in the early stages, but ever present in the late stages, it would seem, in the past couple of years.
Low health Osttruppen getting away there for models with all the sliver. Luvnest in the meantime taking firm map control. 251 half-track building for Ashablois, so we're going to see a Flamity Flupency perhaps, to deal with all the conscripts.
Oh yes, Flammative Lupency. There's a big shout out to, of course, Ed 80Hz, who's sitting this one out, chilling right now. People are asking why there's on 2 channels, because we've commandeered the game series. This leads in, of course, to the match we're waiting to watch, which is Devem waiting in behind stage, ready to just launch himself at whoever wins this match. We will have a bit of a break, of course, to make things fair. But and see, is it upgrading to the Flamity Flupency? When does he have the munitions? In 1 munitions time, Flamity Flupency, a possibility. There it is! Boom! Ashablois!
It's coming.
Not a single munition was wasted at Angry Dutchman there. He did not wait.
No, he was waiting for it. He's like, I need this and I need it as fast as possible. He might want to hop in on some of those Osttroepen into the truck though to heal them up a bit. But he decides that he doesn't have time for it. He's waiting for the right moment to push the trigger and run in with the Flammency. Meantime, no no anti-tank grenades, no mines here on the retreat paths as far as I can see. Has the sweeper already there. He is going for the base dive.
He is. He's going to go for it. That's excellent game knowledge by a top 100 player in the Angry Dutchman. The Flammenwerfer is coming for him. We also had an Osttroepen get a model wipe on the retreat path here. We can have 3 MP40s also. The 251 takes an advantageous route past the flag.
The defensive mine from Luvnest. He sees it. He can go in.
He can go in, but he's not doing it. He's pulled back.
Now are the 18-8s. Oof. He was scared of the 18-8 tag, I believe.
Yeah.
At Elnor in the chat, yes, we are casting the same game. This is meant to be.
It is meant to be indeed. We've got guards coming out as well. Now it's an ultimate answer. So Luvnest psychologically, I think the mine was enough to say, I am already thinking of your 251 Flammenwerfer and Ashablois with the excellent game sense. Been trying to tell everybody this. How do you say? Is it Stindy? What's your
Stein.
Stein, of course it's Stein. Why? How could I get that wrong? But anyway, I've been trying to tell people, these 2 Korean players in particular, they don't embody just micro madness. They're very strategically accurate thinkers. And Ashablois is very passionate about that. I did an interview with him, and he detests anybody trying to say that he's all about the micro. His game sense, his studied replays of every single player he's going to be up against.
Yeah, exactly. Like these guys, they watch replays, they know what their enemies go for. They know exactly how to counter it. A lot of health damage here on the 251.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull back. He's only got on the 2 kills as well so far. And there is a mine here, by the way. There's an AT grenade as well.
It's dangerous. Is he falling for it? No, he's just burning them back to Moscow.
Nice bundle on the guards. Luvnest not seen it. It's a full wipe.
Oh, and almost a counter wipe there on the P-Grants. But they get away on a sliver once again. Are we gonna rush in for the 18-8? No.
Looking for it. Luvnest heading down to the lower bracket at this rate. He suffered a huge bundle nade against his most expensive unit, the 360 manpower costing guards infantry.
And there's 2 P-Grants on the field, so they're gonna make short work of any conscript. And still the 251 half-track still reigning supreme. No AT available except for mines and AT nades. And we're quite a bit of manpower away from the T70, not to mention it also has to build. So at the moment, good and firm map control from Ashablois. Nice played. Did you see any tellers go down?
I haven't seen, no, but of course we've had a lot of munitions invested in the Flammenwerfer and the bundle nades, so it would make sense that we've not seen any tellers at this point. We are seeing a triple cap, of course, a double fuel. Ashablois is in a commanding position. The one good thing for Luvnest is he has still got 3 conscripts, 2 combat engineers, and soon arriving a T70. And he's also got a mine as well, which could help him out. Steindy, the preservation power of Luvnest Soviets cannot be underestimated. He may have lost a very expensive squad, but he's by no means out of this quite yet.
No, we seen it last game, he lost his squad early quite as well. But he came back and was in a commanding position for very long. All he needs, at this point I would say, is the T70, and he needs 1 Zisgun.
That would help him certainly as well. Get the Zisgun out in concerto. This T70 is going to be very defensive for a while, though there is a Pack 40 coming in. Luvnest is, of course, going to be wise to that. That is the natural next step for any good Wehrmacht player as the combat engineers do go down to the Panzer Grenadiers.
I don't think flames work versus the T70. I don't know if Ashablois knows this. Tries to burn down the T70. T70 gonna eat a Faust from the Osttrooper. And with only 1 engineer on the field.
We've also got, look at this. He was going to plant a sneaky mine on the retreat path there. He thought about it for a second.
last game he wiped the squad with the S-mines as well. Ashablois is always trying to get the S-mines on the retrieve. You always have to be wary, it's so dangerous. And Luvnest did lose the engineer with the sweeper, so he can actually not detect mines at this point. And with 30 army cap, it's not looking too hot.
Looking too good at all. Conscripts are daring to go into the centre. They're actually building a
One
sandbag.
hit into the T70, can the pack and get the second hit? Gets another Faust though. Pack misses, Faust goes in, it's one Faust away from dying.
Look at that, Luvnest has been cheeky, he's keeping it in battle, and he did the right thing! He got the Ostroupen wipe! The balls of the German here!
Ooh, and the pack attack round misses again. Very lucky here for Luvnest.
Faust threatening, another Ostroupen dies! Oh my god, it was a trap, and he fell for it every step of the way. The T-70 now runs away, having gotten 2 squad wipes in combination with the combat engineers.
That is very good, and it's exactly what Luvnest needs to get back into this game.
I can't agree with anybody saying about RNG in chat right now. Luvnest calculated that, he made a calculated risk. It was a gamble, yes, but that is exactly what high-level Company of Heroes looks like. It's about accurate gambling at the most vital of moments, and Luvnest got his just desserts.
And we got a new guard squad on the field, upgrading the DP-28 immediately, providing extra infantry, anti-infantry capabilities. Battle phase 2 is tacking at the moment, and there's also nice. 140 fuel in the bank, so it's just choosing tanks. You can literally choose. If I would choose, I would say Battle phase 3 and a Broombear at this point. That would be brutal.
That would be brutal. That's what we saw Kimbo do yesterday. And, you know, Luvnest is in a dire predicament. He only has 60 fuel himself. He doesn't have tier 4 up, of course he doesn't. So he does, of course, have the opportunity for a Zisk gun, but he's going to need multiple Zisk guns. He's going to have to go Barton on this.
Yeah, and at the moment, manpower is almost there for a Zisk gun. Let's see what he's going to do with it. We are going to see probably Austrian or the Panzer IV. We see him building the tier 2 structure.
Very cool indeed. The entire map is still swallowed up in red though. We've got a triple cap against Luvnest. He's going to dive below the halfway mark very soon. In the next second as I live and breathe, another 18 aid comes in. He's sacrificing men for strategic wins, and that's just the Soviet way, it seems.
Siskin building, good decision making there, but Luvnest knows exactly what position he is in.
Oh, guards as well, they've gotten a button off, and the T-70 comes in. 1 shot, 2 shots needed. Second one hits. 251 down.
And at the moment, the anti-infantry capability of Ashablois are dwindling. Only has 2 squads of fighting squads on the field and 1 Ostroupen.
Combat engineers survive. I'm going to slow down the gameplay to look at stats. Look at them with me a second, Angry Dutchman. Let's have a look at the KDs of Luvnest. He's equalised. But if we check out that graph, if we go to army value, you can see that Luvnest is in the lead for the very first time this game. And back to the live footage.
That lead's going to dwindle quite fast when that P4 starts coming out. Which definitely is what Ashablois saving up manpower for. And he's going to click it any second now whenever he finds the time, yeah.
What a day of tournament. This is going to be one of the best tournament days I've ever witnessed. I don't say that lightly. People think I hyperbolize all the time. But trust me, I bloody well don't. This has been fantastic so far today. T-70 punishing the MG42 on retreat.
Down here, is he going into the base? Not afraid of a teller? No, he is afraid. He goes away.
People calling for a second Zisk gun in chat. I mean, that would be a decent call, but you can't forget that Luvnest himself is getting a good amount of... Well, he's not, but he's had the standard territory point control for a while, so he's actually accumulating a little bit of fuel here and there. Maybe you could think of a T-34, perhaps, maybe?
No, he still needs to get his tech structure up, so T-34 is ways away, and 1 P4...
It's going to have to be a second Zisk then, isn't it?
It's out, and the second P4 can come whenever there's manpower.
Look at the mining from Luvnest, by the way. Every time he captures territories, he mines it up, and on his cut-off, he's done that significantly. So, 2 Zisk guns out, guards, which of course have gotten a vehicle kill in combination with the T-70. So he's not looking too bad at the moment.
No, he's definitely gaining back control. But I don't like the infantry situation for Ashablois here. He just has a little bit too little fighting power.
Watch this bundle nade on retreat though. It could be coming. Oh, these conscripts are dead. He's gotten the 18 aid off, but at what cost? It survived. What?
Survives.
Do you know why that survived?
Once again.
Oh, and the flare comes off, and now with the Panzer Grenadiers' turn to die. We've got conscripts coming in from the east. They're looking to finish it off now.
T-70 coming in as well.
Oh, they get it!
They get it.
That's brutal.
Ashablois crumbling at the moment. Getting very unlucky there with the conscript, and then has to pay the full price for it.
I've got a new co-mantra for you, Stein D. It's not mines win games. It's tripwire flares end dreams. And that's exactly what we saw happen there. Ashablois' dreams are crumbling before him, and he may be getting down to the lower bracket to face Kimbo in no time.
Kimbo, isn't it Elport?
Alpern, my bad, sorry, I'm getting confused. But indeed, combat engineers on retreat could cause some problems here for the Pack 40 now.
Yeah, Pack 40 might go down. Dangerous, second P4 in the build. Ashablois needs to find a way to pull the trigger and make a huge play happen, because he has time to come back though. 437 VPs versus 243 VP, so don't rush things, keep your side, keep a VP, and build up the infantry again.
Absolutely. We've seen one ebb and flow, turn and come back again, and it's more than possible that it'll go back the other way, so don't get too ahead of yourselves, Luvnest fans.
Luvnest going to try and get triple cap going, capturing center, capturing the left side, double Ziskan moving over to the left side to meet the P4 that's rolling over. One interesting thing I found out last game is that Ashablois never upgrades the pintle mounted MG42.
Oh really?
And he has 340 munitions. So he has more than plenty to get whatever upgrade he wants.
He's hitting mines and tripwires with his Panzer IV. The other one's currently engaged in the west. Where are the Ziskans though? I'm interested. They're currently being pushed off by the Panzer Grenadiers.
Being pushed away by the Panzer Grenadiers, yes indeed.
Look at those tripwire flares again.
Nice shot there by the Panzer IV, gets 3 models.
Very good indeed with the Pack 40 coming in, but look at Ashablois' infantry now. He's down to 2 squads and a Pioneer. Check out some of these kills on Bundle Lady, retreated well in advance of it.
Yeah.
So,
yes, there is a teller indeed, Yadak in front of the Packen on the left. However, no tank yet out. The mechanized armor company is up. I'm thinking Luvnest wants to get a KV1 again. KV1 is just a little bit better against double P4s than the T-34 would be.
Well, the KV1 is a tank in every sense of the word, and especially in the game sense, it can tank damage for days. Ziskans come up from behind, and all of a sudden it's a mega tank, and really does push away Panzer IVs with aplomb. I'll have to wait and see what this Telemine does. It's in a really juicy spot, because of course T-70s go south for that flag. And
he's building one on the right side as well now. Ashablois really trying to use his munitions finally. S-mines on the right as well.
Kills.
Missing shots in the center again.
Indeed, as the T-70s climbed 18 kills. Now the Guards push in, but they suffer a bundle. Oh dear, they got pulled up on the house there and they suffered horrendously, but their nade nearly kills the Panzer Grenadiers in return. Combat engineers turn to die as they run back to cover.
What a carnage right there in the center that was. Ostwind in the build now for Ashablois.
As the Klement Viroshilov has been requisitioned. As a squad dies in the northwest, it was an Ostrypen. No Ostrypen remaining for our Korean friend.
3-1 in 19 minutes, or 3-0 in 19 minutes.
How I lost 3 Ostrypen in only 19 minutes in just 3 easy steps.
Next up on the... But we got a new one. He had 200 manpower, he clicked the button once again. He needs something to sit there, snare, and capture the map.
T-70 poking in, having a cheeky shot, rear armor hits and killing Pioneers. Now reducing the repair time as well, don't forget. As here he is, that big bad boy, the early World War II veteran. The Germans didn't know what to do, Steiny. They just went around it. They had grenadier manuals. You know what they said? Get on top of its engine hatch and smack it open with spades and lob in a grenade. That's the only answer they had to this big fat bastard of a tank.
That is quite interesting. And it's very good in CoH too as well. You can kill infantry with its MGs. And it can laugh at a pack hunt because it says you need to hit me another 5 minutes and before I'll die. Very close to the teller. Might get snared.
Oh, we've got the MG in the house as well with the Zisp gun barrage on it. Has Ashablois seen it? No, he hasn't! MG down! Panzer IV's coming in from multiple angles as the Zisp gun's going to change to armor piercing rounds. Ostwind in as well.
He really wants to get some value here. KV-1 driving past the teller once again on the left.
Mine detonated by the Ostwind by accident. Combat engineers, by the way, took a favourable retreat path due to the tanks blocking the obvious retreat path. Zisp guns had a micromanagement disaster.
Packen going down there was basically 0 health. P4 in trouble, both P4.
In a lot of trouble. KV-1 could penetrate the one at the back here. Don't forget the guards around the cusp. This could be the end of Ashablois' army. Pack 40's in peril. What are the guards doing? We've got, oh, by the way, Panzer Grenadiers down to the conscripts. Ashablois' only got an Osttrooper now.
Back and down. KV-1 laughs at all the shots from the P4.
Look at the calmness of Luvnest. He's not overextending here. He's biding his time. He knows he's got these tanks on a fishing line. He's just going to reel them in.
Ashablois moving forward.
Looking for the T-70. Oh, he's got it. KV-1 goes forward. There you go. There's that Trout. However, it's going to slip out of his hands here. He misses the shot from the front. The Zis has to finish it off.
Ostwind goes down, P4 goes down, there's only one P4 remaining.
Faust coming in on the KV-1 perhaps?
No. I think that was the game.
Oh, it was the game! What a game it was!
What a slaughter, that engagement. Amazing. Well played by Luvnest, good comeback.
GG. And here we go. Big thanks to the Angry Dutchman for casting that and also sharing the game because he was casting the entire series. So if you're on the main street right now, I urge you to check out the Angry Dutchman's channel. He's a top 100 player. He's got excellent production quality. He's got reshade mod and all kinds of jazz going on. So go check him out and give him some follows. And, you know, if you're lucky, he might play a 2v2 game with you, which he did with me one time.
You can always request stuff. If you have enough points, and you get points by watching, so if you're there, you get a lot of stuff.
So I'm going to go speak to the referees now, and we're going to talk about how we organise the DevM Luvnest game, what kind of break would be fair, more than obviously just 10 minutes, just so we can have the mainstream having Luvnest DevM, because I think the hype surrounding that would be mega. I told myself, Steiny, that we'd go down to the low bracket today and watch the Jeopardy games where the loser goes out of the tournament, but I'm just too much of an elitist fanboy, mate. I get caught up in it.
I mean, we're quite lucky that we have this amount of casters, and I think lots of games from the lower bracket being casted today. I took a part in the casting the series between Alpen and Bao Liang, which was a great series to watch. And we're really curious what's going to happen next, Alpen versus Ashablois, because Ashablois in the last game was looking too hot, and Alpen in his game against Bao Liang, he was looking on fire.
So where's this guy come from? No offense, Angry Dutchman. I don't want to offend you.
Empire.
I thought he was on your level of play. Like a solid auto match player, but not like going to be challenging tournaments anytime soon. No offense intended. However, what's happened to Elpern? He's like knocking out helping hands here. Like,
Alpern has been playing on like the highest level of his abilities for the past 2-3 years straight, and he has climbed and climbed and climbed. Same as Orange Bears, really. Both those guys, they have just climbed and gotten better. Like every month they get better. Like I just got back into this game for 3-4 months now, and I'm really feeling catch up. I'm like, dude, last time I played versus Elpern, I'm like, okay, we're on par, you're winning, but we're still on par, and now it's like, oof.
yeah, it happens, mate. It really does happen. You notice the guy tearing away. The guys that tear away, that happens quickly. Seeking, for example, he shot up all of a sudden, got a lot better, and you can just you can spot it a mile away. Quite frankly, like elite level play stands out basically. And Elpern, if you're telling me he's done that, that's awesome to hear. By the way, interestingly, Kimbo Asiamint's been called off. I assume that might be Asiamint's realised he doesn't want to hang around and he's decided to jump out of the tournament. I'll go speak to the referees next. But guys, if you're listening to this, my stream is going to crack on with Luvnest Devem in about, probably about half an hour, maybe something like that. And we're going to have a nice long break now. But if you want to go watch something else, there's plenty of other streams on in the meantime. And we'll be back with you. So thank you, Angry Dutchman. And see you in a bit, guys. Thank you.